All right. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Giga Block. It's time for 11 matches in the next 4 hours here at USC on the 4th of July weekend. We got 3 matches at 1 UTC. We got a match at 1:30 UTC. We got 3 more matches at 2 UTC as well. I hope you are all ready for some gameplay. I just realized I should have made a multi-Twitch for this. I'll do that whenever somebody else is talking. But right now, right here, it's going to be Virginia, Pennsylvania in the winner's bracket. I'm T1G, joining me, Verterix. Good evening, Verterix. Welcome to the Giga Block.
Good morning, Washington. I am excited for a night full of USC. We've got some solid matches lined up. We've got some fights going on, even though, the round of 16 sometimes tends to not be too competitive. I mean, a lot of people really thought Ohio was out of it when facing Wisconsin, but immediately went up 2-0, so anything can really happen. So, teams trying not to fall on the back foot here. Both teams definitely practiced up for this.
This is a matchup that is going to be, I think, it's closer than you might have anticipated, given the teams. You've got dead even on maps in common from their matches last week. You've got just alternating players straight down in the performance scores. Like, you've got a Virginia player, then you've got a Pennsylvania player, then you've got a Virginia player, and so on and so forth. Virginia 1.231 performance score as a team last week. Pennsylvania 1.210 as a team last week. I mean, what more can you ask for? Like, early rounds in USC, and like you said, round of 16, it has its ebbs and its flows and its ups and its downs, but I do think there's a lot of solid teams this year. And once we got through that first round where there were, as usual, a lot of one-sided matchups, we're going to start seeing good matches faster than maybe we often did in the past.
And yeah, with it just being the round of 16, even though Pennsylvania is seed 15, they've still got some strong players on the roster and players that can put together some FCs on this map pool. Going to make Virginia really work for their wins. Players like Bunny Like Money, rank 111, known 4-digit staples, Blue Chinchompa, Mommy and Leggings, and they've got a couple more supporting there, notably Remixia at the flat 10K, has been tearing it up in the 5-digit scene recently, so Pennsylvania got some scary rosters to put together for Virginia.
Yeah, the one player that feels like maybe a big loss from last year, Danini, I feel like was a very important one to their roster last year, but they've seemed to backfill pretty well. On the Virginia side, right, one change, it's the most well-known player pretty much in terms of
quite possibly
in terms of overall presence. You know what I mean? BTMC himself coming back in. The roundtable host, the MCSR attendee, you know him, you love him. We can't forget, this team won the whole thing 2 years in a row, 2023, 2024, got third last year. They're pretty good.
Not only good, they're definitely also looking back to sit on the throne. So they're not gonna let Pennsylvania have any chances here. They want to get to the top as fast as they can. And I'm not sure if you caught it, but did you see which team selected first or second pick?
I can try to check. Somebody moved this. Okay. They might. Yeah, it hasn't been entered on the sheet, so I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, we'll find out after the warm-ups get through here.
See. I
Shout out to
believe.
Olivia.
Yeah, I like this song a lot. This is like some OG Polyphia. This is I think this is from their first album, right? I think this is from this is from the EP, I guess, that came out before New Levels, New Devils. This is from The Most Hated, which had some just like classic Tim guitar work. Please take us back to Tim guitar work, because Can You Feel It just is not it. I'm so sorry. But
need him in the bag. Need him in the bag.
Tim Henson bag work. But yeah, so this is match number 4. Yeah, I'm having to figure this out as I go. Match number 4 of the week here, right? We've seen no upsets as of yet. Match is going pretty much as expected. Carolina with the win last night over Georgia. Wisconsin with the win over Ohio. And then NorCal sweeping Florida. I don't think any surprises in any of those. So, Virginia just going to try to kind of continue that trend. I feel like for as close as it's felt like some of these high seed versus mid to low seed matchups could have been, they haven't always lived up to the expectations. But I do think that this is one where it might actually be able to do so, as Lucien Champa is just chilling, has decided does not want to play this warm-up map anymore.
Maybe got called by the TVC. Hey, we gotta discuss some picks out here. But yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just like the nature of like a top seed versus the mid seeds. Like sometimes the mid seeds get so close but so far. Like maybe they lose by like one combo break in the map, and suddenly you're just like down the break point. You're down to second break point, and suddenly the match is out of reach for the lower seeded team. And that's where it's like, oh man, it felt like it was gonna be a close match, but then suddenly it's over.
Yeah, that happened with what was the match I was casting? I think it was Carolina, Illinois. Illinois started off, I want to say, up 2-0 in that match, and then lost 5 straight points. I believe that's the correct match that I'm thinking of. And that was a 5 versus 28, but Illinois is I think better than your average 28 seed, or at least on paper. And then, kind of the same thing happened last night, right? Georgia Carolina was very, very close, back and forth, some break points and everything. And then Carolina just sort of showed their class at the end, getting the break point. Georgia wishing they had Stacker for that DT3. Unfortunately, one of their key gimmick players, who would have probably been really good on a map like that, not on the roster this year, decided not to play. And Carolina just managed to walk away with it. Didn't even have to go to tiebreak, so... we've had close-ish matches, but it's just that finishing, the finishing the matches out is the hard part. It's one thing to get 2 or 3 points, but it's another to get 5.
Yeah, once you're out of those comfortable picks, like usually teams will have two, maybe even 3 really comfortable picks. They've got 3 solid scores on it, but once you have to tap into the coin flips, that's where the lower seeded teams can often fall short due to a lack of consistency on even at least just one player, or maybe a second player, losing in the one-on-one matchups.
And these two teams both, I think, did not have to face any real adversity in the first round. In round of 32, Virginia was against Ohio, just outclassed, 5-0 as mentioned there. Were able to just pick whatever they wanted. I mean, they went free mod 2, no mod 2, DT1, and they won break points on free mod 3 and DT2. So like Ohio picked tapping into a team with Rectagon.
Doesn't usually end well for the for the picking side.
Pennsylvania actually had something almost similar. Like they also played free mod 3 and DT2. They picked the DT3, the free mod 3 themselves, had DT2 picked into them, as well as the DT3 last week. So I think it was 4 maps. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong tab here. I think it was 4 maps in common, with the DT1, DT2, which were split. Pennsylvania had a 400k better score on the DT1. Virginia had a 700k better score on the DT2, both of which had a little bit of tapping, much more aim in the DT1, much more tapping in the DT2. And then the free mod 2, free mod 3 in common also split Virginia by just 100k on the free mod 2, and Pennsylvania by 800k on the free mod 3. So it's really interesting. Like the tapping actually feels like it might be good for Pennsylvania in this matchup, but not all the tapping. Some of the tapping, but not all of the tapping.
Yeah. Virginia won't be safe on the tapping, that's for sure. I guess something interesting to note is that both of these teams banned the free mod 1 from last week. That being an aim consistency free mod. Probably because it's one of the easier maps in the pool. You want to deny the lower seeded team, an easy out. you know, a lot of players can FC that last week's Remod won, so they don't want to really leave it to chance. That being said, thinking about the bans soon enough.
Yeah, now we are finally through our warm-ups, and we will get to see those bans. I don't know that we don't really have like as much. Okay, I take that back.
Yeah.
We have some consistency. We have 2 matches where they banned Hidden 2 DT2, and other matches where we've seen Hard Rock 1, Free Mod 3, No Mod 1, Free Mod 2. So a little more variety in the bans this week. Last week, literally 15 out of 15 matches banned Hidden 2, and in all but one of those, it was the lower seeded team banning the Hidden 2. Nobody wanted to play that reading map. This one, I think, is a little more accessible.
I will say we might not have anything new with a Hidden 2 ban. I feel like Pennsylvania might go ahead and ban out the Hidden 2.
Who plays Hidden 2 for this Virginia roster?
I would imagine it's obviously put one tabby in, right?
Rexing on one tabby, RNG.
Yeah, I think that's just the trio, and those 3 players will be more than enough for this level of Hidden 2.
Actually, I kind of don't know what Uzumaki plays. I feel a little bad about that. I don't know.
Uzumaki is hard rock, big hard rocker. Can also DT for sure. So gonna be that hard rock option, hard rock mechanical option for Virginia. Will pair nicely with Rectagon for sure. Virginia going for first pick. W first pick. Notably
who ups the first pick? That's crazy.
I will say, notably in best of 9, first pick is much stronger because of the the lower score. Because the first pick can get an effectively a 3-0 advantage. Getting that single break point can be the difference between like 5-4, like 5-2. Like your opponent doesn't get their last pick. The match can just end in a flash. The pressure gets put on really quickly.
That's fair. I wonder where that flips. Is it just best of 9? Like, does that flip as soon as you go to best of 11?
Yeah, I think so. In best of 11, it becomes more, in my opinion, it becomes more equal between first pick and second pick. Many will argue that second pick will just straight up be better from then on.
I feel like the kind of mental approach to first to 6 versus then first to 7 versus first to 5 is so big. Like, I don't know, it just like best of 11 feels so much bigger than best of 9. And
yeah, it's just 2 maps, but it makes all the difference.
Yeah.
The team having
bans, by the way. Yeah. Super quickly, it's DT1. So that's kind of the same thing as the Fremont one last week for Virginia, right? Where they're banning the easy map. Because we saw last night a 6-way on that, right? It's just not a difficult map, so might as well take something out that you would end up maybe act battling on.
Yeah, and instead of the Hidden 2, Pennsylvania opting to ban the Hidden 1. That Hidden 1 also on the Gimmicker side, so not gonna want to let one Tabby and Rectagon and RNG get their hands on that.
But they are gonna just jump on the Hidden 2, given the opportunity now. Right, they see the Hidden 1 ban, it leaves them the Hidden 2, and they're saying, yes, please, we will gladly opt straight into that.
Yeah, and for like teams that have the option to first pick reading, it's usually a really nice first pick. It's not very highly mechanically intensive. Your reading doesn't really get too affected by map nerves, even though it still does, but your aim won't be so punished by being nervous on the first map. It's a good way to ease into the match.
Like he's saying, I'm not home, take it easy on me, please. Playing from an
Where
away
are
from
we?
home setup, that's brutal.
Not the McDonald's setup. True American setup.
Playing from a Starbucks in the corner.
What drink are you having next to an OC match? Obviously, we go for coffee.
Yeah, I'd be vibing with the S'mores cold brew probably, because that's that's new. They just brought back S'mores. They're doing the S'mores Frappuccino, which if you know, you know, like they introduced it back in like 2015 originally, and it was goated, but it was a limited time summer thing. And they just brought it back for the first time in a while.
Dang, okay.
But the problem with Frappuccinos, of course, is that they have about 1,200 calories, so...
Yep, just... I mean, that's what the OC match is for.
That's true. OC match is gonna burn all those calories. You know, my, I was playing Guitar Hero earlier today, and my Whoop picked up on it. It like, thought I was, like in I was doing an activity. It didn't know what the activity was, but it thought I was in an activity of some kind.
But, yeah, we're burning for sure.
Whole 60 calories in that hour of Guitar Hero, bro. All right, so in we go. It is going to be RNG one tabby as expected, but it will be Uzumaki as the third for Virginia.
My fault, Uzumaki. I didn't know you were like that.
Didn't know he was moving like that. Sunwraith leggings and Blue Chin Champa on the side of Pennsylvania. Hidden one ban. Leaving the hidden two up, Virginia opting straight into it. Let's see if it proves to be a good decision. Early break from one tabby to start off in that intro.
Yeah, this map, notably, its reading difficulty is mostly in those stop-start patterns in the same stack, so if you misread the new combos, you might be saying goodbye to your combo. I'll be catching out a few of these players off guard in the intro. Actually, only 2 players still on the FC, RNG and Uzumaki. Sunwraith missing just in the first 20 combos, so it's basically an FC.
This is going to stay right about where it is, 40, 50k. The ACK on leggings a bit questionable, and there's another break. The ACK on Blue Chin Champa not too good either, unfortunately. Down goes RNG, though. It is 2 combos against 2. Marginal advantage to Virginia, but that accuracy is going to help them out a bit, too, as down goes Sunwraith into the Ki stream.
Another victim to the stop-start. Blue Chin Champa, last remaining hope, but Uzumaki, one of the remaining FCs for Virginia, also misses. So combo game is even, both teams, but 86k score for Virginia.
A lot of time left in this one too, of course. Pretty long map at 3 minutes, almost 3.5 minutes, which in a hidden 2 can feel like forever, especially with the tricky patterns that show up. And it is one tabby Blue Chin Champa, dead on combo, but a 5% accuracy lead for one tabby. RNG matching leggings. Sunwraith is a little bit ahead of Uzumaki, but not by so much that it's going to matter. So we are just kind of watching even combos everywhere with half the map still to go. Stable lead, but you're not going to feel comfortable with it if you're Virginia. Only 90k.
Yeah, a single miss can change things, and Uzumaki is the one who gives it up. But, no, double miss out of Pennsylvania.
That was pretty brutal. Blue Chin Champa and Sunwraith falling right before this little bridge section. Hope's pinned on leggings. Got a double combo on one tabby and RNG. One tabby has done quite well since the early miss.
And having the highest accuracy in the lobby as well. 97.6. Definitely easing to the map now. And coming to the final PI, that 860 combo from one tabby just gonna be unchecked, so gonna be smooth sailing for Virginia for the rest of this map. Although they had to wait a bit for things to settle. Pennsylvania was right on their tail.
Yeah, for sure. Pennsylvania kept this close for a while. I mean, like we were saying, it didn't crest the 100k margin for probably half, or a little bit more than half of the map. But Virginia really running away with it in the back half, and this is going to end up looking pretty one-sided, and that's largely going to be because of what one tabby is putting up here in this score of 850k and then some. But that was a lot closer than the scoreline's going to look for most of it. So, you know, it's a good effort by Pennsylvania. It's the first pick for Virginia, right? You anticipate them doing well, but one tabby, just the early slider break. And other than that, looking really strong. And it's a 1-0. how you want to start. If you're Virginia, like you said, you opt into that first pick of the reading. It's going to be a skill set that feels good early on in a match, and you're just going to be able to roll with it. I don't think that was an FC. I thought we saw a break at the very
I'm
start.
pretty sure it was I'm pretty sure it was a slide break at the beginning. But Pennsylvania gonna pick. I suspect that we might start on a DT2 or Fremont 3. I expect Pennsylvania to go for either of those two, both of them being the tapping maps of this pool. Those are some safer waters. I'll put Bunny Like Money in their strong suit. So I think those are two good picks to start on. Maybe you go for the DT2 first.
Yeah, it's been a team that historically has also been pretty strong on Nomad 2, but against Virginia, I don't think that feels very good. You've got Rectagon and BTMC on the other side. So I think you're probably going to stay away from a Nomad 2 against that particular roster. So yeah, I do think you want to go something maybe just a little speedier if you're going into the tapping. I would maybe go Fremont 3. I feel like I would maybe go Fremont 3 if I wanted to go tapping anywhere as this Pennsylvania roster.
And it's a DT2 instead.
Oh, my bad. We were right collectively about what it was choosing between. It was going to be one of those. I just made the wrong call on the coin flip. My bad.
Whoopsie daisies.
Whoopsie daisies.
Our good friend 240 BPM.
Both played last week's DT2, which was 234 BPM tapping. Virginia 3 million, Pennsylvania 2.3 million. So I'd be a little worried about that, failing Rectagon both with solid accuracy FCs, BTMC with a 719K, so no slouch there either. But perhaps Pennsylvania feeling more comfortable and more confident that that was a low roll, and they can do better than that a week later.
Yeah, but we're going to see failing in the lobby. This was the... Yep. All right. I misread. This is the same roster as our last DT2 roster.
That's kind of how it goes, right?
Yep.
Really, like, crystallized skill set maps, you're just always running the same core, I feel.
Yeah, but interestingly, Pennsylvania putting in Remixia over Mommy. So a little bit of a mix-up between this week and last week for Pennsylvania. Maybe Remixia a little bit more comfortable on the AR 10.3.
It's interesting. Last week Remexia played the DT1 and the DT3, did not play the DT2 or the Fremont 3, so didn't play the more tapping focused of the more kind of mechanics picks. So interesting to see them in on this one. But yeah, maybe the comfort level on the 10.3 is there. Last week's DT2 was 9.7, so we'll find out how this goes. It feels like, as the lower seed, it feels like your picks are all crucial because you're just not going to have too many opportunities that feel good for a break point. So wishing Pennsylvania the best here on their own first pick. And failing is doing the smoke thing. I forgot that there's people to do that still.
So cowardly. Just put it on the third button and hold it down the whole time. Come on. What are we, weak?
Who is the OG smoke
Chitoge
spam?
OB. Colorado.
OB, thank you. Yeah. I knew it was Colorado. Like, that was the part that I remembered.
Yeah.
I remember the state, but not the player. Gosh.
Like, guys, just hold down the key with your map it to your pinky. That way it doesn't really get in as much. Anyway, let's start talking about the match. Actually.
Nobody has missed. There's nothing to talk about. It's an act battle that Virginia is winning.
Yeah, and an SS on failing. Maybe he'll actually close it out if, we remap the smoke key.
So DTMC is going to be the first one to break.
Okay.
So that's going to be big. That's going to be Pennsylvania to take the advantage. Accuracy suffering a bit on Blue Chin Champa. Watch the comfort level there, but they do take the lead over.
Yeah. And, with the 10.3, like these buzz sliders, sometimes you can either let go a little bit too early if you react a little too late to them. But everyone handling it just fine.
getting toward point of no return for Virginia making a comeback. They need a miss or two immediately, and I think now it's passed. I think it's probably passed. It's 250K. I think it's over.
Yep, there it is. 5-way FC on the DT3, barring any trolling.
Yep, 5-way FC.
Okay. All right then.
So our DT1 and DT2 maybe are a little easy this week.
No. BTMC.
It's a 6-way. It's a 6-way S rank. He slider broke on a buzz slider in a stream. I really don't even like. I don't even know that I count that as a miss.
Failing 1x100.
Yep.
Nice job. Maybe you would have gone that SS if you just put the smoke key on a different key and held it down.
The accuracy actually quite impressive from Virginia. 1/100 on failing, 8 100s on Rectagon, but unfortunately you couldn't miss, or you would instantly lose against a 3-way FC from Pennsylvania, despite the lower rack on 2 out of the 3.
Combo is king.
Combo game. It is still a combo game after all. It will always be a combo game. It will never not be a combo game.
Anyways, if you're Pennsylvania, you are sighs of relief for Pennsylvania. Thank goodness they didn't 3-way on our own pick.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, it's relieving, but also slightly concerning for your next potential pick in that Fremont 3. Maybe you want to hold off on it. Maybe you want to test a different skill set first before heading back into the speed. But that aside, Virginia is going to have to test a different skill set first if they don't offer the Fremont 2, but...
I feel like if you're Virginia here, you just... I mean, you go Fremont 2 or like...
Yeah, you save it for a rainy day. Like,
maybe a cheeky Nomad 3. I promise you I was going to say Nomad 3. I did not say that just because RNG called it in chat. Like, I was legitimately going to say a cheeky little Nomad 3. I think, picking into some of the gimmicky stuff in this matchup might be pretty good. That is often a hallmark, right, of a higher seed versus a lower seed, is opting into gimmick.
Yeah, the trickier maps where you'll bank on your higher overall skill cap to really be more consistent over the other players. This map with lots of its tricky patterns, slight finger control too, honestly.
Yeah, really, the finger control element of this is a big challenge, I think. It's pretty awkward.
This Nomad 3 is like really hitting all the check marks. Is it a Nomad 1? Yes. Is it a Nomad 2? Yes. Is it a Nomad 3? Yes. Is it 4? Yeah. It's got some aim. It has some faster bursts. It has some overlap reading, sliders. Kind of makes it to be one of the harder maps in the pool.
Yeah, I think it's definitely up there in that particular discussion. It's also we'll note it's tempered by the fact that it is quite short, right? Minute and a half. This is the shortest map in the entire pool, so much as you are playing something that offers a lot of different things, it doesn't offer any of them for very long. This doesn't offer anything for very long. So you just gotta like survive each aspect of the map for a few seconds. But doing so is easier said than done. And I think this is good for a player like Rectagon. I think this is good for a player like RNG. Curious to see what we get out of the Pennsylvania members on a skill set that I don't really ascribe specifically to their players.
Yeah, they've got the fundamentals to play it, but they've got to combine those fundamentals with the tricky sliders and rhythming. Alright, here we go. And usually a telltale sign for comfort on a map like this is the accuracy. So if you look for that on notable players, Remixia notably pretty far down in the accuracy, down 93. Not going to be as comfortable as the other players. BTMC.
That being said, yeah, I was going to say BTMC and Rectagon are both pretty low on the accuracy as well. So It's not like this is overwhelming, and shout out to Bunny Like Money, who was holding 99 through the intro, given just the tiniest of lead over. There was a break in there from BTMC as well as Remexia, so marginal combo advantage for Pennsylvania heading into the second half of the map. But there's another break from Remexia. Gives the lead over. No,
RNG
it doesn't.
trades it. No, it was Bancho. All right.
Which one was... Wait,
Good
which
job,
one was
client.
Bancho?
RNG. RNG still holding on to that FC.
Remexia was not Bancho. Okay, all right. Double FC versus double FC, but back in combo advantage, Virginia.
Yeah, that accuracy advantage on Bunny Like Money can only help you so much.
Here we go. This is just gonna get crazy. The speed up, the wonky patterns, the sliders, the bursts. No breaks through the entire.
No breaks.
Wow, there
like
goes
that.
Bunny.
Bunny Like Money.
There goes
so...
Bunny, and there goes
the very last
probably the
moment.
map.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a missing for BTMC, though. Doesn't matter. It's...
Yeah.
Wait, it does matter. Wait,
Rectigon missed. Yeah, Booch and Champa. Yeah, RNG tanked so much accuracy in that ending there. Booch and Champa's 96% FC. No, what happened? Okay.
Wait, what?
Where the...
What did the score just do?
Where are... Okay.
What did the score just do? Hang on.
What happened?
Well, Pennsylvania... 820 is correct. 820 is correct. Pennsylvania just won that by 820 points. Thanks to the 96.39 AC FC on Blue Chin Champa versus the 93.71 AC FC on RNG.
And that 98.72% on Bunny Like Money, despite holding combo for 90 less combo than Rectigon, still had a higher score. Also aided in eking out that win. So the accuracy lead on the two players from Pennsylvania versus RNG and Rectigon got them that break point. A pretty huge break point, I would say.
That's actually massive, and I mean, God, it's the smallest of margins. It's just the accuracy, but 98.7. I mean, that's ridiculous. Can I just say that that's absurd accuracy?
Who's doing that? Like 98.7. Jeez. Okay. You got a break point. What are we gonna do with it?
Usually, you know, this is common practice for teams to go for their best pick after earning a break point. You know, just try to make sure you get that, you really secure it, get on the board, as our good friends like to say, to consolidate that break point. But I don't know. I would toss around the idea of gambling after you win a break point. So Pennsylvania could offer that free mod 3. They won the DT2, although by the skin of their teeth. You know, that free mod 3, not looking too bad. But I don't know. You could just try something for fun. Maybe try tapping into an aim at free mod 1.
You just go free mod 3. Yeah.
You just go free mod 3.
I think this makes the most sense. Like, as close as the DT2 was, I think just stick with your guns when you have won the break point and you're looking to back it up. I think it makes the most sense here to just say, we are dancing with who brung us.
We're picking speed, and it's your job to beat us on it. Simple. Simple.
C9 simple?
True.
Phase simple? Navi simple?
Hakone simple. Super lady. Any bald eagles in the chat trying to catch a baseball?
Sorry, it's lost on me.
The flat GGG. The lit 420 map with the HVIC hidden FC. Anyway.
Can I just say that Kentucky, Connecticut are currently tied 2-2. Connecticut, last year's shocking top 8 finishers from the 20th seed, lost Ryu, lost Nuclear Bomb. Who was Nuclear Bomb?
I think that's just their username.
I feel like that was somebody else. Also lost Misted. Brought back Leftovers, brought in Nasa and Hydrol, but now they are locked in a battle against 25th seed Kentucky, who I do not believe have ever won a match in USC.
And with those 2 points they've earned, they have
Yeah,
That's the most-
eclipsed Kentucky history and won the most points ever in a single USC run in Kentucky. Good job, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Also, meanwhile, in the C stream, Maryland 3-0 lead on New Mexico. New team in their first ever USC iteration, New Mexico. Trying to get a point on the board after getting swept last week by NorCal. Gonna have a tough time. Maryland losing on that tiebreaker to Florida, sending them to the loser's bracket, but they are not done yet. So some other matches, interesting things going on over there. As we are underway on this Fremont 3 here, you've got Hidden on Failing, Hard Rock on Raknigan, Hidden on Lucian Champa, Hard Rock on Bunny Likes $, Bunny Like Moolah.
Rabbit enjoys currency on the Hard Rock SS right now. Like, we can't be doing this right after dropping 98.7. Like, save some accuracy for the rest of us, bro.
Dude's just an act grinder. I don't know.
Like, spiritual successor to Kama, bro? Like...
Yeah, but the thing is, if Kama does this on the most absurd maps you've ever seen. Like, no disrespect to Bunny, but the shit that Kama gets his act on, like, everybody else is getting 95. There's a break from BTMC, by the way. He is going to single-handedly cause them to lose back-to-back tapping points on Pennsylvania picks, it looks like.
Yeah, and he also was the lowest accuracy in the lobby, so notably the least comfortable on this 246 BPM.
So, once again, it's just Pennsylvania off to the races. Three-way still intact. Opportunity to consolidate that break point. Double FC still being held by Recon and failing, but how much can you do? 2 versus 3?
Yeah. Fighting like money, unfortunately dropping that SS. Gotta be at least a 1x100 for them. But it's simply a three-way. They're gonna three-way their picks, and you're going to lose.
And this is what's so important, I think, in these early stage matches, right? I mean, this pool is just not that difficult by the standards of you know, these types of players at this level. You have to come in and perform on your own picks reliably. And Pennsylvania is doing that, and unfortunately Virginia didn't quite do that well enough on their own. I mean, 820 points, it's a toss-up, it's a coin flip, but it still, you know, fell with the Pennsylvania side facing up. And Pennsylvania doing their job on their 2 picks with what looked to be now back-to-back
double three-way,
back-to-back three-way FCs on their mechanics picks, right? They go DT2 Fremont 3, and they six FCs for 6. Really impressive stuff. Mechanics demons over there.
Yeah, incredible. They're playing to win this, and breakpoint consolidated. Virginia's gonna have to win on Pennsylvania's last pick if they want to avoid a tiebreaker.
And I don't, you know, I don't want to speak down on the overlord, the legend BTMC himself, but look at what Rectagon and Failing just put up for their scores. They held up their ends of the bargain. They did better than their opposition. Better 100 count on both Failing on Hidden compared to Blue Chin Champa on Hidden, and on Rectagon on Hard Rock versus Blue Chin Champa, or versus Bunny Like Money on Hard Rock. But unfortunately, BTMC just not quite where you need to be, and you have to three-way these. You just can't not FC these maps. Early round tapping has to be FCs. And so unfortunately, that is just the difference maker on both of those picks. And now Virginia back into a corner a little bit here. You got to win your own pick here just to give yourself a starting point. Otherwise, it's like full failure to launch.
Yeah, hitting that emergency Fremont 2 on Virginia. Put the reading in the bag. You know, you've got 2 pretty good matchups in the no mod and the hidden. Should both teams opt for 1 no mod, 1 hidden. And you know, you got a Hard Rock player like Rectagon who can for sure match whichever Hard Rock player comes in on the side of Pennsylvania. So it's a solid pick to bring the momentum back for Virginia.
Yeah, I get. I mean, you know, it's gonna be like if they win this, and especially if it's a comfortable win, this is gonna be like the ultimate hindsight 2020 type of moment, right? Because they'll be thinking, why didn't we second pick this instead of third picking it? the match would look completely different after giving up the breakpoint on the Nomad 3 pick. But yeah, this is like CS5 AR8 break glass in case of emergency type of stuff. They're kind of
players in for Virginia. They're just waiting on Rectigon.
Yeah.
Probably gonna see Buchin Champa hit in Bunny Like Money Hard Rock.
Yeah, and then I suspect you go one tabby. This is actually like a one tabby easy hidden Rectigon Hard Rock, and then RNG whatever he wants.
Yeah,
unless they want to go one tabby easy only and RNG plays hidden. I don't know if
I
that's
feel like one tabby is skilled enough on easy hidden that they would opt for that. You know, it gives some lenience on the cut streams. And nope, just raw hidden for one tabby. We're not gonna mess with that density.
I really expected that. I really kind of expected the easy, to be honest. But yeah, basic mods for both sides, and it's gonna be the hidden on Thunwraith instead of on Buchin Champa. So no math to be done here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing strange.
What do you mean you don't want free multiplier advantage? Free mod advantage. You can win at mod select, guys. Trust. Alright, all players. Alright, well, Sunwraith, the only player to fall in the intro on that hidden. Yep, 3 FCs to 2.
It feels like on a map like this, you have to be so focused on every circle. This particular type of like low AR small circle, I don't know. There goes Bunny, and that's now 2 FCs down for Pennsylvania, so this is starting to look like a pretty good pick here for Virginia, even with that break from one tabby. It's the double FC still on RNG and Rectigon. And another miss there from Bunny. Buchin Champa holding the Nomad FC, but 93 AC against the high AC on all 3 members of Virginia is just really not going to be able to do a whole lot. And remember what I said about this maybe feeling like a hindsight 2020 type of pick if it went well for them. We might be thinking about that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, when the score difference is 820 points, it's everyone's fault, really. But yeah, the real skill expression in this map, you know, the cut streams, the stream length, but also notably the jumps aren't like really consistently distance snap, so it can really throw you for a loop if you're not focused on the different spacings of the jumps. But here we go, one of the harder sets of cut streams coming up. I mean, the lead is 600k. I don't know if Pennsylvania can really make it back, even especially with after Buchin Champa had missed earlier. Bunny Like Money following up another break, and still a double FC on RNG and Rectigon. And they both hit the cut double wiggle. And the following XL decel stream, looking to be a double FC from RNG and Rectigon and Virginia. Gonna be a clean win.
Yeah, this is completely, absolutely 100% what Virginia really needed at this point in this match. They needed a comfortable win that they didn't have to agonize and scrape and claw for every point of. And they got it. And again, the hindsight, you really, now it's like, shoot, why did we not go hidden 2 into free mod 2, man, against a team that we knew was probably not going to be as strong on reading as we are. But you just got to keep going forward. You can't look back, can't change your previous picks. So
yeah,
now
yeah, well, you just move on and say we'll get them on the next one.
Yep.
Although Pennsylvania no longer have a raw tapping pick to go for. So I wonder if they'll take things. I wonder if they want to take their chances in the Nomad too, even though that's, you know, pretty heavily, I would say, pretty equal between the aim and flow aim stream aspect, or maybe if you want to try something else.
The Nomad 2 feels risky compared to the DT2 or the Free Mod 3. It's a lot longer. And
Yeah,
that
I
just
agree.
introduces more inherent variability in performance, I think.
I wonder if you ever want to go Hard Rock. Maybe not the Hard Rock 2, but something like Hard Rock 1. I feel like Bunny Like Money would be a nice player to lean into on a map like that.
Yeah, I think Hard Rock is just really scary against Virginia, though. That's like a terrifying skill set to pick into this team. But you start to like run out of stuff that feels good pretty quickly. It's gonna be Free Mod 1, so this is just gonna be completely different than anything we've seen so far. It's an extremely long kind of swing rhythm, right? Which doesn't. I don't think this map compares at all to anything we've played so far through the first 5 maps of this match. It's a total like curveball in terms of skill set representation.
Yeah. Straight aim. Straight aim.
Oh. Looks like New Mexico has gotten a point. Shout outs to New Mexico, putting their first ever point on the board in USC.
Congrats, New Mexico.
And our next set of matches is coming up quickly, so we better hope we can speedrun the last few maps of these guys, because I think we've got 2 different 3-2s going on. Nope, 4-2 Connecticut leading Kentucky, so 1 map away from closing that one out. Obviously, Maryland 1 map away from closing out New Mexico, so might end up being okay. And we have warm-ups anyway. Like, I figure there's just built-in buffer time. It's like an extra just 10 minutes for the previous matches to end, you know? I guess at the same time, if you didn't have the warm-up on the front end of the previous match, you would end 10 minutes sooner and it wouldn't matter. But logic has no place here.
But hey, it's best of 9. So I think we can, even if we go the distance, maybe we'll probably be able to catch up by the time the first map starts on the next match. But neither here nor there. We're gonna have a Free Mod 1 starting, and both teams are most likely gonna go bare minimum mods once again. Alright, this time we see RNG on the Hidden, Rekigon once again on the Hard Rock. Bunny Like Money and Sunray are going to be going their same Hard Rock and Hidden. So this one, an aim consistency map, I would honestly expect quite a few FCs.
I was gonna say, this map feels very, very toss-up between these 2 rosters. I mean, we haven't seen them play any aim in this match as of yet, so it is, as I said, kind of offering something new. But this is a skill set that both teams have really good players on. You know, Rekigon RNG super strong on this stuff. Bunny Like Money's been playing really well. Chinchompa and Sunwraith are gonna do fine on this, so pretty much everybody that's gonna be in for a map like this is gonna be performing at this level. It's not like you're playing 8-star aim.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really hate this pick because Pennsylvania have proven to be playing to some monster level consistency in this match. And honestly, going into the Free Mod 1 can also sort of scout if they want to tap into the No Mod 1 for their last pick should they need it.
Yeah, you have the Nomad 1 available to you if needed. You have the Hard Rock 1 available to you as well. We mentioned, you know, maybe that as a potential pick.
Yeah, I mean, if things go well here, though, I don't imagine they would opt for Hard Rock 1.
That was a brutal. I don't even know what Bunny did there. It looked like he note locked, so he like mistapped something or misaimed a note, and then it note locked him off the next one. That was weird. But that gives the advantage to Virginia trying to pick up this breakpoint back.
Yeah, and the song has slowed down once again, so Virginia's going to be able to give themselves a pretty solid score buffer between them and Pennsylvania should another break occur. And the big string gonna catch out Booch and Champa as well. 2 FCs down for Pennsylvania. It's just Sunwraith to combat the entire Virginia team. Falling apart quite quickly.
How many times have we seen this happen where it feels like the lower seeded team is making a run and then they just kind of fall apart a little bit on something? And that can just be the beginning of the end. We'll see how this goes for them, but this is going to be. I feel like this is almost certainly going to be Virginia taking the point by now. 400k plus lead, and it's a triple FC, and you've got a little bit of free combo here with like only a quarter to go.
Yeah, Sunwraith had also lost that last FC remaining for Pennsylvania, so three SCs to none. Score lead is about to skyrocket. All right, so maybe Nomad 1 will be off the table.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be picking Nomad 1 after this.
Okay. Let's back to the drawing board. And Nomad 1 also notably has a, somewhat similarly has a monster stream in the middle of it. Having a player fall like that on it, probably not going to go Nomad 1.
The question before we get to that point, though, is what does Virginia pick next? Does Virginia maybe opt into one of those hard rocks? They did start off. They have picked a fair amount of gimmick, right? They went, Hidden 2, Nomad 3, Fremod 2. The DT3 is, I think, for them kind of on the table. Or alternatively, you've got that Nomad 5 there. We haven't even really mentioned it, but the Nomad 5 is a map that exists as well. That's your tech pick in this pool. Personally, as a fan of short maps, I want TT3.
Maybe you can even see the result of the stream on 1. Hey, maybe we can rock it on that Nomad 1 as well. But we don't need to gamble there.
And worth mentioning real quick. Oh, well, there's the DT3. No, nothing to be said. It's the DT3. Shoutouts.
No funny business. We are gonna run the gimmick again.
I respect it. You can go with this, or you can go with that.
DT3, their weapon of choice.
Haha! Nice.
High five, bro.
If that came through my mic, you probably didn't.
Yeah. Shoutouts to filters.
Real quick, before we get into the next map, a couple scores to report. We did have Maryland close out New Mexico 5-1. Final score there. New Mexico will be eliminated 25th through 32nd in their debut here in USC. Did get a point on the board. Shoutouts there. Connecticut 5-2 over Kentucky as well. So Kentucky gets a couple points on the board, but will be eliminated in that grouping of teams as well. Gives us a matchup next week, Florida versus Connecticut in losers round 2. Obviously this match still ongoing here, and Oklahoma and Nevada, I guess, are just going real slow, which is fine because they don't have any other matches to worry about. They're at 1-0 Oklahoma. It's been 23 minutes since their match time, and they're at 1-0. Not really sure what's happening over there on the Hippo Cup stream.
Curious. I mean, that might be a warm-up pick ban timer run. Classic stuff. Start your match 30 minutes late, but it's on time.
Yeah, they randomly rescheduled it to half an hour later, and there was like this discussion. It was literally at like 1 in the morning my time, of like moving matches so there wouldn't be so many overlapping, and they just rescheduled half an hour later, and like I wasn't awake for any of this going on. I'm like, half an hour doesn't even help, but you guys do you. And fortunately we managed to find a 4th streamer, so we could get that one up on the Hippo Cup stream.
Thank you, Digital Hypno.
All right, so weapon of choice, Fatboy Slim. Move without rhythm so you don't attract the worm. Christopher Walken in the music video for the song that has lyrics that reference Dune, like 30 years before he would eventually be in Dune, the movie, directed by Denis Villeneuve. I mean, it's just so beautiful.
Right, map is starting. Notably, the map is pretty, relatively speaking, pretty easy to combo until the triples start coming in. So once we reach that middle section of the triples, gotta keep an eye out. Gotta keep an eye out for the combos. But yeah, old style, Air 7 TT. Hardest part is definitely gonna be the wiggles, so gotta stay vigilant on those.
As Mad Eye Moody from Harry Potter would say, constant vigilance. That's a couple early breaks for Pennsylvania. Sunwraith falling multiple times, Remexia falling on that wiggle. As mentioned, something to be concerned about. Those wiggles can be tricky, and that is Virginia off to a fast start here. Third of the way through already. 200k as down goes Sunwraith once more.
Yeah, Sunwraith and Remexia, not very comfortable. Getting tripped up quite heavily by those triples while all 3 players on Virginia. Practice pays off. Tabby was notably holding a 99% before eating a bunch of 100s there.
Well, dare I say Virginia's pretty good at the gimmicky maps in this pool. Despite Rectagon and RNG break. Instantly breaking us. Wait, there goes Watabi as well.
Wait, Watabi's gone. Bluchin Champa still has the FC. Bluchin Champa definitely has 486k score left in the tank. Will he realize it is the question.
Well, and the thing is, like, he has to make up 486k, right? It's not like Virginia's going to score 0 points in the rest of the map. So, it's a tricky one here. But yeah. Sunwraith with the big recovery combo is going to help that out.
They could do it.
I think they're going to run out of time. I think they're going to run out of time. But it's going to get closer than Virginia would have liked either way.
But Sunwraith misses.
Rectagon broke as well. Oh my, Bluchin Champa.
Yeah. Bluchin Champa hits the rest of the map. It's
I mean, shoutouts
oh
Bluchin Champa for that score. It didn't matter, but shoutouts Bluchin Champa for that score.
Dang. Yeah, what an FC from Bluchin Champa. Just needed a little more score from the teammates, but the all-round strength from Virginia gonna beat out Bluchin Champa's FC.
Yeah, that really came down to just team support. Virginia had better scores. Pennsylvania had the best score, but Virginia had the better scores. Sunwraith and Remexia just struggled way too much to be survivable, unfortunately. And now... oh boy.
Now what do you pick?
Yeah, now what do you do? Your last pick of the match for Pennsylvania. This either is 5-3 or tiebreaker. So scary situation. You can see on the screen. There's 4 Nomads, 2 Hard Rocks. Nomad 1, Nomad 2, Nomad 4, 5, and both Hard Rocks. Look, man.
Nomad 2.
Look, man. I think it's just Nomad 2. Yeah. I mean, DT2, Free Mod 3. Yep. Seasons.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean, what else? What else were you gonna do?
Stick to the game plan. Just gonna stick to the game plan.
I still think this is really scary into Virginia because Virginia is really good at tapping, and especially flow tapping, which is what this is. There's not the speed aspect of this one. This is like, what, 190? 193?
Yeah. I will
also,
say...
Go ahead.
Yeah, on top of that, like, first pick, second pick dynamics, right? So this is... Ideally, as a second pick, you'd be up a breakpoint in this scenario. You're up 4-3 and you're picking to win. But here, Pennsylvania is picking to survive. So that added mental aspect, you're the ones who have to win their own pick. Virginia has the fallback of tiebreaker, regardless of this outcome. And you know, maybe that little extra bit of pressure can hack at the combos on Pennsylvania.
It's just... I'm curious, does it matter at all? Excuse me. Does it matter at all that we're playing this as the last map of the match with everything on the line to send it to a maybe tiebreaker, and it's CS5 instead of being like CS4? Just that little... Just a pixel miss somewhere?
Just a little extra bit of precision.
Yeah.
Yeah, these jumps, like, it's no mod 2. There's streams to worry about, but you can't ignore these jumps.
Like, your nerves are gonna be at peak. Outside of just potentially going to a tiebreaker, I suppose. Which means, you know, every few pixels might count. And you're against, like, well, either way, you're two good tapping teams here. You're just two very good tapping teams here. We've seen that over the course of this match. So, like, nobody's gonna feel comfortable at any point until the map is over and you see the score result screen and it's showing that you won.
Gotta stay locked in until the map ends. Quite capable in this lobby, and I will note, unlike the other tapping maps, they have opted to put RNG in over BTMC. So maybe that lower BPM. Yeah, Bailey misses. No trace from Pennsylvania immediately. But yeah, as I was saying, like, the lower BPM probably put it into RNG's comfort range, and you see him quite comfortable, still sitting at an SS. So, extra reliability there, but...
Can I just say, there are indeed 4 players that have not dropped 100 yet? Like,
there might be more than just RNG. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little
I
bit.
mean, this is... Okay, can I also say this is OD 8.5? Like, this is one of the lowest... This is one of the lowest OD maps in the pool. Just throwing that out there. So, you know, something to think about. This is going to be pretty easy to hack for everybody. 183 BPM, OD 8.5. Like, you're just not dropping many hundreds, man.
Wait, where did Sunrise combo go?
Oh, well, advantage Virginia.
Yeah, failing now 500 combo ahead of the Sunray. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and things happen so slowly, right, on a 5-minute long map. But guitar solo, any guitar soloers? Herman Lee and Sam Totman. Somebody fact check me on that one. I think that's right from my Guitar Hero days.
Good. Right, he got an RNG and Remix here. All 3 of them have dropped 100 now. It's only Bunny like money left on the SS.
I mean, Bunny has shown like some really good accuracy across this match. Feels like a guy you can very much count on for a pick like this. But the question is, like, just that one extra combo. That the one extra player with the 500 combo lead is failing over Sunwraith, and it's building up a 65,000 score lead for Virginia, but still a third of the map to go. There's a lot of time here.
Yeah, this from any player will be devastating. And it's Bunny like money to drop it.
No!
Not the player you needed to miss there. And Sunray follows it up as well. Ray Mixia on an island.
That is...
That might just do it.
Yeah, that's backbreaking stuff for Pennsylvania. With Bunny and Sunwraith both breaking. There goes Ray Mexia. There goes the match. That's GG well played. Oh boy, they kept it so close for so long.
Tiebreaker or tiebreaker, and you know the well-seasoned team in Virginia, Rectagon and RNG, just holding strong. Shout out to Defenders.
Defenders has so much aura. This map, this song does not have the aura that Defenders has. RNG, what did you just miss on?
Bro, I just
RNG, I feel like
dude.
both missed on that same pattern stream. Rectagon's like, no guys, we have to FC. We need at least one FC. Prove we are the team we say we are. I am, in fact, still the best tournament player in this country. God damn it.
Come on guys, we gotta stat pad this map.
It's, I mean, 600k. Gonna look pretty comfy in terms of the margin of victory for sure.
Now Virginia gonna be breathing some sighs of relief. Pennsylvania giving them quite the scare.
I mean, 3 straight maps for Pennsylvania, right? Had that 3-1 lead, and then they kind of just ran out of picks. You know, the Free Mod 1 consistency test didn't go their way. They opted into No Mod 2 stream consistency test, doesn't go their way either, and that's just the match. And like we were talking about, you're circling all the way back to the beginning of this match. You can win a couple points as these lower seeded teams against the higher seeded teams, but sooner or later, something's got to give. And when you run out of picks, the team that is number 2 in the tournament, that has won this tournament twice before, is not going to run out of picks at the same rate, and they're going to use that advantage to take the win.
Yeah, and you know, maybe Pennsylvania, I mean, I like their ideas, keeping it simple. They're not going back into the team like, all right, now what, guys? You know, like we were doing with what does Pennsylvania pick? Pennsylvania is like, all right, this is the game plan. We're gonna run it, and hey, if Virginia does what they're supposed to do, then that's just how it is. And there's Virginia, 5-3, gonna be moving on. To the, what was this? Round of 16?
Yeah, they'll go to the quarters. They will await the winner of Nevada versus Oklahoma, which is a matchup and a half. That one currently has Oklahoma in the lead 2-1, so still pretty early days in that particular matchup. And the Pennsylvania going to go down to losers. They will await the victor of Illinois versus Kansas, which I believe is coming up in the 2 UTC 10 p.m. Eastern block. So they'll know their opponent in the very near future as well. Pennsylvania looking like a team that could be pretty strong. I mean, last year they ended up getting top 12, so I think that's feasible again.
Solid.
Yeah, that's feasible again for them this year. They've got to iron out the kinks in some of these gimmick maps, and they have to have, you know, really optimized picks in their more mechanics-focused sort of side of things. But definitely a team to watch out for in that losers bracket.
Yeah. Even despite losing out on the 2 breakpoints on that aim consistency and the no mod 2, like, I don't know, their secondary weapons are going to be hard to stop for some of these lower seeded teams in the losers bracket. So definitely a team to watch out for down there.